Am I live? This is the start of every YouTube live stream I've done the last 5 years. Am I live? Because the fucking YouTube system. Okay, I am. Right? YouTube system. Okay, I am. Yeah. But yeah, the YouTube system's so fucking weird. It's so much different than Twitch because you have to. I think I say this every time. The last couple times I've streamed on YouTube, but you have to click go live in OBS, and then on your stream dashboard, on YouTube, you then have to press go live there as well. So it's just weird. It's like my hair. What is this tuft in the back? Dude, what the fuck? But yeah. Hi, welcome to the stream. It's the week of the 10-year anniversary, which is wild. It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it because I'm still very intensely working on the video for the 10-year anniversary. But yeah. It doesn't negate the fact that the 10-year anniversary is on Thursday. So basically, to contextualize, sorry, I'm just getting shit sorted out. Alright, so basically, this week, and by this week I mean today, tomorrow, and Thursday, I'm going to be streaming here on youtube.com/TheDarkWolfShow. But yeah, basically, I'm going to be streaming to commemorate 10 years of me making videos. Today, I'm going to be watching my video I made, I guess 3 years ago now, called Why I Make Videos, or Why I Make YouTube Videos, something like that. Yeah, Why I Make YouTube Videos. My nose is red. It's been, I hate talking about the weather, but it's been somewhat nice out the last week or so. So I felt like, well, and it's been like 40, 50 degrees out. And I've been like, oh, I don't need my heat on anymore, really. So I turned it, it's not off, but it's down. It's just cold. I'm always cold, my nose runs. The reason when I said it's 50 degrees out, I smirked, by the way. Bobby and I, we practiced on Saturday and Sunday. And we came up with a pop punk song called Board Shorts. It is phenomenal. It's not gonna make the album that we're working on, but it's a banger. We have a music video already, and we don't even have a chorus. We have like 4 lines of the verse and 1 note. The thing is, okay, to contextualize, the first line, I'll give you the first couple of lines. It starts, it's 50 degrees out and you're a whore. You're standing there in your little board shorts. Just very, like, Blink, Sum 41, all those fucking early 2000s pop punk bands. Just very much that. The way it came about, Bobby looked at his watch and he saw that it was 50 degrees out. And he goes, it's 50 degrees out. And I was like, whore. Something along those lines. And I started laughing. Like, it's 50 degrees out and you're a whore. And then I was like, it sounds like a pop punk song or something. And yeah, that was that. But yeah. Anywho, basically, I got sidetracked by board shorts. That's the name of that song. Um, but yeah, basically, I'm gonna be streaming, um, today, tomorrow, and on Thursday before the video comes out, as a little pre-show, and be like, hey, go watch that video. I've put a lot of time into it, and I still have a lot more time to put into it. Everything's pretty much done with it, because it kind of has to be. Um, but I just need to go through and refine it a couple more times. And it's a long video, so it's not like a typical video where it's like 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever, and I can just easily get through it. But yeah, it's like an hour long. Also, I have my channel pulled up right now. I did not realize that the nostalgia video had so many views. That's a lot of views. A lot more than I thought it had. It has more than why people watch video games? Whoa. Let's look at my most popular videos. Boogedy's up there? TikTok's up? Whoa. I didn't realize that. Holy, what the fuck? That has almost 900 views? What the fuck? That's a lot of views. I didn't realize I had that many. Choose your own adventure game is 1.3, 1.9, 2.7, 19,000. That's fucking crazy that the SpongeBob video has that many fucking views. That's fucked up. Crowning the King of Flats has a good amount. That is a shitty thumbnail. For the We Played King of Flats. That is a shitty thumbnail. Just flats with King of Flats over it. It's a really shitty thumbnail. You can tell though, with this, it's a time when I was desperate for views and videos weren't getting a ton of views. Because I probably, like, if this was like 6 months to a year prior, I probably would have just called it We Played the King of Flats. But there's also Flats Funny Moments gameplay. And if it were like a year prior, it would have just, yeah, it would have just been We Played the King of Flats. But I was like, fucking, I really want my channel to grow and this and that at that time. So it was just a lot of kind of putting extra like kind of keywords and getting it higher in SEO and stuff like that. The first video has more views than the Farming Simulator video. That's kind of wild. Here's my least popular video. Let's watch this one quick. Hello, welcome to your typical late night show. I don't know if anyone's ever noticed this while watching this video, or if anyone has ever watched this video, to be honest. But I pulled up a crowd to put on the screen that you barely see. Anyway. Going up in the midday? Oh well, it's late night. I need to upload stuff to YouTube because I make way too much revenue off of this to not. Because I get go straight to trending. Because why? YouTubers. Even though I post stuff on. Remember the trending tab? And how for years everyone bitched about how it was movie trailers and fucking movie trailers and late night clips. Remember how everyone bitched about that? And now I haven't heard anyone mention anything about it for fucking years since this. YouTube? F them. I'm a late night host. I'm in traditional media. I'm not funny enough to be an actor. I get to post my stuff on YouTube and get billions of hits because I'm a late night host, and I call them hits, not views. So, I'm pretty much better than any shitty little YouTuber. And also, I'm at home because I shouldn't go down to the studio. So I don't need to wear a goddamn monkey suit now, do I? Huh. Wow. The idea that like Jimmy Kimmel or whatever would wear a bright green shirt under a white dress shirt. You can tell this video is kind of off the cuff because it was to contextualize this a little bit. Um this was very beginning of COVID. Yeah, this is like 2 days after lockdown started. Um but Lost my train of thought. I'm out of practice. Um Fuck. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Uh this is before kind of late night hosts started just doing stuff remotely and interviewing people. So they were just kind of uploading stuff and kind of doing a quasi monologue. Um and this was just making fun of that because it's like these weren't going on TV to my knowledge. These weren't going on TV, but they were still doing something and they were putting it on YouTube, and it was just interesting. It was just interesting, and I felt that it was funny to make fun of it. Sounds great. Also, I was watching a lot of content like this where it's just satirical, kind of shorter, kind of skit based videos, like kind of like Gus Johnson and channels like that. Also, sorry about the low quality because I don't know how to get contact to one of the editors for the show or how to get the files transferred to me so I could edit stuff even though I don't know how to edit because I'm just a personality and don't do much for the show. I That's not true, really. That's not really that true. I mean, fucking the host has to oversee everything and approve everything. They're the boss. It's like that's not how that works. I don't think. I had to do just the paper thing, Sorry about that. It's like it is what
Every
it is,
fucking show did that too.
I don't do much for this show, so I don't have any files or anything. So, oh well. But you know what? Didn't have to shower either because I'm quarantined. I could get to just stay here all day.
Pretty sure I did not shower on this day. Pretty sure there weren't a ton of days where I showered during the quarantine. Because before, okay, I'll say this. It's not because of, oh, I'm at home, who gives a fuck if I shower. It wasn't that. In this period, I could just wake up and I would immediately come in here because my bed's in a different room. Excuse me. Um, but my bed's in a different room, so I would come in. I would just come in here right away, before showering or anything. So a lot of times during quarantine, I would either it would either someone would call the Discord, or um I would just feel lazy, and not want to shower. So there were a couple days where at least a couple days a week, probably more if we're being honest, where I didn't shower. But yeah, but now if I don't shower, I feel fucking gross, and almost I almost feel like I'm sick if I don't shower. It just it gives me a weird vibe if I just get up and I don't shower. Cause like if I wake up and I immediately kind of have to leave, and I don't shower, I come home and I'm like, okay, I need to fucking shower. Even if I don't like wash or anything, just the being in the shower for a little bit, it just kind of is like, okay, my day has started. Wow, I didn't even have to shower. I can put all my BO into my office. Wow. Wow. That's it for this monologue. Wow. My job's getting way easier. Uh-huh. And donate to charity because that's apparently another thing us late night hosts have to do. Am I right? All right. Am I right? All right.
This episode of
Pretty sure I didn't mean to do that.
Late night. Bye.
Pretty sure I did not mean to hold that sign upside down. Hey, look, the History of the Dark Wolf Show. I'm interested. Hey, look, the History of the Dark Wolf Show. I'm interested.
Me too.
Hey, look, the History of the Dark Wolf Show. I'm interested.
Me too.
Hey,
Me
look, the
three.
History of the Dark Wolf Show. I'm interested.
Me too.
Hey,
Me
look, the
three.
History of the Dark
What?
Wolf Show. I'm
Okay,
interested.
this is a dumb bit, and I do it every time I stream. Anyway, are there any other random videos I want to watch on here? Not really any. We could watch The King of Flats. Since we're in the era of quarantine. That is kind of wild, isn't it? That was 4 years ago. Anyway. You know what? We're just gonna start watching the Why I Make Videos video. Because
For those who don't know, I've been
hey,
doing...
shut your mouth. But yeah, we're gonna start watching this because I have a feeling that I'm gonna be pausing a lot anyway. So let's get to it.
For those who don't know, I've been doing YouTube for 7 years. You may look at my channel and see 160 subscribers, 30 views a video, and a collective 5,000 views and think, why have you made videos for so long? Well, today I'm going to be answering that question and what drives me to continue to do what I'm doing regardless of how high or low the numbers are. Ever since I remember, I've enjoyed making videos. When I was in first grade, I got my first video camera and would record dumb little one-man show type sketches and would never do anything with them. It was just a way to fill time in the day. This persisted throughout the years, and I would continue to make these videos that ranged from me being a cowboy doing some sort of monologue, mimicking it.
That was the real thing that I did. I may have talked about this before, but that's a real thing. There's a real video somewhere, maybe, where I was wearing some like orange button-up shirt, or it was like a white shirt with like orange stripes or something like that. Yeah, but I was wearing some button-up, and I don't think I was wearing a cowboy hat, but I was pretending to be a cowboy, and I was saying something. I don't remember.
A TV show I liked, or talking to the camera before I even knew what a vlog was.
That one, the essentially doing a vlog. There was one I did that I remember, before school on like the last day of like kindergarten or first grade or something like that, and I was just waiting for the bus, and I was like, and it was just I was just saying whatever, like, oh, it's the last day of school. I was walking around holding the camera, filming myself. Oh, it's the last day of school. Fucking I spiked my hair up and waiting for the bus and this and that, and yeah, it was likely not good at all. But it was also before I knew really what YouTube was. Like, I guarantee you I had watched videos on YouTube, and I guarantee you I had gone on YouTube at that point. But I didn't know that YouTube was like a fan, not fan, like a community ran thing. Um, I thought it was like almost like a Netflix or something like that. And but at the time I didn't know what Netflix was either. And at that time Netflix may have been just DVDs. Anyway, um but no, I didn't know what YouTube was. I thought it was just a way to watch like TV shows online because there was a lot of that. There was like Blue's Clues, which I was a huge fan of. Too big of a fan of, as my dad would say, and my mom to a certain extent. Um, I watched that show fucking from the day I popped out to like fourth grade or some shit. And then when the new Blue's Clues came out, I watched the first couple episodes of that, and I was like, ah, they're just fucking remaking the old ones.
What do I care? But then they came out with that new movie like last year or the year before. That was actually pretty decent. um, but yeah, the thing is with the new Blue's Clues, I'm pretty sure that they've started to do new storylines. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I would watch like Blue's Clues or there's like Sweet Life of Zack and Cody on there and just on YouTube. Um, so yeah, that's what I thought YouTube was. And then I do remember one time though, um, finding or just in the recommended Smosh video in my recommended, and it was a mail time video that they did called I think it was Party Bras in Our Mail or something like that was the title. Let me Smosh Bra Mail. There it is. Hey, whoa, what the fuck? But no, it was this video's top video. Um, oh, you can't see it because my dumb head's in the way. But yeah, this is the first, not the first Smosh video I saw, but I think the first one I saw was my new car or my epic new car or something like that. One of the really early ones. Um, and yeah, so I saw this and I didn't realize that this was Ian's hair. I thought he was wearing a backwards hat. I need to stop hovering over that because that is disturbing me. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that my new car was the first Smosh video I saw. Where is it? The best car ever. I'm pretty sure this is the first one I saw because I googled Smosh and this was the first one that came up because I'd heard about him. And then I think the second one I watched was How to Stop Burglars. Yeah, How to Survive a Burglary, which is a big step up between the two. Um, but yeah, and then I watched Smosh on and off since then. And to say the least, when Anthony rejoined Smosh this past summer, I was pretty fucking jazzed. um, seeing the thumbnail, oh, this is old. This is gonna take me a while. I can do it. And as you can see, I'm a member. um, but yeah, seeing this thumbnail and seeing Ian and Anthony in the thumbnail and being like, I was just like, holy fuck, what? Because I just woke up, um, and this was in, or I think it popped up in my recommended. Um, I saw it and I was like, wait a minute, hold on. I clicked on it, I was like, holy shit. And I was very fucking excited. Because the thing is, Smosh was the first YouTube channel I was really a huge fan of. Um, and was the inspiration behind me and my friend Eric to start the first channel I was a part of before I even started the Dark Wolf Show. Um, it says it in this video, but um, yeah, that was the biggest inspiration. And me and Bobby were talking about it not too long ago. Um, and not too long ago, it was like 2 days ago. um, but what was I saying before I rudely interrupted myself? Um, fuck, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Smosh is basically my YouTube equivalent of Metallica, where I know a lot about them, and they were kind of the ones that kind of got me into the medium. Um, But yeah, because Metallica being my favorite band, I don't know necessarily that I would say I don't know that I have a favorite YouTube channel, but Smosh is certainly, in terms of inspiration, way up there. Um, if I can pinpoint it down to two YouTubers that, or two YouTube channels that um, I can pinpoint are my biggest inspirations, it's Smosh for actually making me want to make videos, and then Markiplier is also a huge inspiration. Um, when it comes to kind of like editing style, that's kind of what I try and emulate in a way. Um, and then also for a long time when I was doing the gaming stuff, he was the guy I looked to pretty much. Um, but yeah, also another funny thing was Smosh. Um, when Anthony rejoined Smosh, they put out that reunion shirt, and it has all a bunch of dates on the back of when they started the website, when they started the YouTube channel, when they hit like 1 million subscribers, when their parent company collapsed, when Anthony left and rejoined, and this and that. Um, and the date when they started the website was November 10th, 2002, and that was the day I was born. So, and also, it was a styled like a band tour shirt. And it had like it said Smosh in the Metallica font on it, and I was like, fuck, I kind of want to get that. And I just saw that, and then I saw the back, and it was like, and it said November 10th, 2002 started the Smosh website. And I was like, fucking, I gotta get it now. It's the Metallica font. The website started the day I was born. I'm the physical manifestation of Smosh. This is what Smosh looks like. Anyway, back to the video. In 5th grade, my best friend Eric and I made the decision to create a YouTube channel called Video Dogs. Though we were apprehensive at first and thought about waiting until high school to launch it, we obviously didn't. That channel is no longer up, but our first video was something called the Tomahawk Challenge. This was a video of us battling each other with a plastic axe, and the other one had to defend themselves with a Captain America shield. This was uploaded in March of 2014, and it set an awful precedent because the rest of the videos would end up being Roblox videos. Was it? Was it March of 2014? I legitimately cannot remember. I can't remember when Video Dog started, because we deleted that channel. we started Video Dogs, and then we decided we don't like the name. Let's change it to something else. And then we decided to change it to something even more cringy, being Swag Gamers. But at the time, when you have two 11-year-olds name something, and a big term at the time was swag, that's what you're gonna get. But the thing is, like a year later or something like that, or like halfway through, we changed it to SG Studios. So if you want to look at the channel and potentially watch me and Eric play Build on a Mountain on Roblox, for 3 videos and a bunch of other shit, and me do some dumb update video, feel free to dig for that. SG Studios. That's how you'll find it, by Google or by searching that on YouTube. So have fun with that if you'd like. I would not recommend it. Most of the videos are way too long and way too boring for anything. But yeah. I don't. Going back to why I paused, I don't remember when we started Video Dog. I trust me in this video because I have a pretty decent memory, but that was also 10 years ago, so yeah. Anywho, after a month of Video Dogs, we decided to rebrand and deleted Video Dogs to become the Swag Gamers, which was just the same content
Oh yeah,
under
you
a
can
new
see it
name.
right here.
The content would
So
be
you
put
can
up
easily
sporadically, but
find
we
it.
always had fun filming.
But yeah, here's the first two. Why was it broken up? Also, for whatever reason, Eric would upload the videos because most of the time he would do the screen recording. Um, and he would upload it with whatever title. And then I would go into the video manager and I would edit it and be like, and I don't know if I would add the Roblox. He may have done that. But then I would add with Eric and Dark Wolf because for whatever reason. Also, that's not how Eric spells his name. But at the time, we both watched a YouTube channel called Venturian Tale. Um, and they all went by pseudonyms. Um, so we were like, oh, we should do that. um, so I came up with Dark Wolf, or well, when we started Video Dogs, uh, I went by Ice Bear, which was stolen from a Smosh video because on their Smosh Games channel when that first started, they're not part of the channel anymore. But there was like an extended cast that wasn't just Ian and Anthony. There were 4 other members named Joven, Sohinki, Mari, and Lasercorn. Um, and everyone but Mari went by a nickname. Um, but Sohinki was doing a Q&A on his channel, and someone asked if you were to get a tattoo, what would it be of, or something like that. And Lasercorn had a tattoo, which was his nickname. Um, it was a unicorn with a laser with the laser shooting out of his horn or something like that. Um, and so Hinky was like, well, what's the opposite of laser corn? Of a laser unicorn? And he said, ice bear. And that, well, and I watched that video around, I don't know if it came out around the same time, but but I had watched it around that time. And I was like, hey, that's not a bad name, Ice Bear. But then so for Video Dogs, I went by Ice Bear. And then we started Swag Gamers. And then I changed it to Dark Wolf. To this day, I don't know how I came up with the name. Um, but pretty sure it's from the Beyblade. Pretty sure. But that's all speculation. I have zero clue how I came up with the Dark Wolf Show. Oh, I know how I came up with the Dark Wolf Show, adding the and show at the end of it. And that was because leading back to Smosh, Lasercorn, his Twitch, and it may still be, but his Twitch username was the Lasercorn Show, and I think I had started my channel and it was just Dark Wolf, but then I saw his Twitch and it was the Lasercorn Show, and I was like, kind of like that, and I was like, what if I was the Dark Wolf Show? So yeah, and the funny thing is, I look at the name now, and it's like I don't think about that at all. It just looks like an amalgamation of whatever the fuck my name is, and I don't think about what the username is or anything, um, because I don't go by Dark Wolf. That's just the username. Um, but um, I keep losing my train of thought. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I'm getting at with this, but yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I completely lost my train of thought with that one. Anyway, this is a channel.
Even though we both lost interest in it a year after starting.
Oh yeah, also something I forgot to mention. I numbered every
video up until the bazooka fight, dude. That so um um that so Smosh has this thing called Food Battle that they did every year, and they just recently did back in November. Um and we were like, well, we need to have some sort of yearly thing that we can do. What can we do? And in the Roblox world that we would play in all the time, built on a mountain, you could have, or maybe it was just an item you could buy, and you were able to use it in that, or something like that. You could have a bazooka. So we would, so in this for 30 minutes, we I think we went to opposite sides of the map, and then we tried to hunt each other down, and the first like 3 kills won or something like that. I don't know. Also, this video, um, Nooblet Die, fucking God, is that tied to that time? The term noob and shit like that. Um, that's such a weird word, noob. Anyway, um, some random guy. It was just me and Eric for like this whole video. Also, you may be wondering, why are they split up? Because the Roblox recorder only let you record for like 13 minutes, and then you had to stop it and restart it. Hence why this was 3 separate videos and broken up for this one for some reason. Because we recorded all 3 of these on the same night. But holy shit, I just thought of something. If I go to the Swag Gamers channel, those will say 10 years ago. Hold on. Yeah, these first 2, 10 years ago. Holy fuck. It just, okay. I said at the beginning of the stream, it didn't really hit me that this week's the 10-year anniversary. It just did. By looking at this and seeing 10 years ago. When did we upload this first video? April 5th of 2014. Holy shit. The 20-year anniversary of Kurt Cobain's death. I was only able to do that math real quick because it was just the 30. That's wild. That's fucked up. That's fucked. Anyway, what was I saying before that? Oh yeah, in this some random person joined because it was just me and Eric in the game. And then some random guy joined and we were like, fucking get out of here. And we were just incessantly killing him to make him leave. I know that same time we started Swag Gamers, I created my own channel called The Dark Wolf Show. I don't know if you've heard of it, but if you have, you should subscribe and click the bell. I don't know, just a thought.
Yeah,
I uploaded my first video on April 11th, 2014. I don't know, just a thought. I'm very proud of this. My first video on my very epic first video from 2014. Very clearly not the 2014 uploader. Yeah. On April 11th, 2014. It wasn't anything special. It was a video where I
That's for
used the
sure.
Roblox recorder with no commentary because I didn't have a mic, so I would type everything I wanted to say. Sort of like a YouTube tutorial to download a certain program for free. Hold on. There's this up here. I don't remember. I don't know what that is. But oh, you can't even fucking see it because my big fat fucking head's in the way. I think it's something. I don't know. It's definitely a screenshot of my channel, or it may be for like some subscriber milestone. It may have been for like 150 subscribers or something like that. But yeah, I called it totally porn because there was only one other thing on my desktop. So yeah. But yeah, also I may or may not have a lot of experience in these how to download programs for free. Because when you're a kid and you want to make videos, you can't buy software, and you can't ask your parents to buy it because they're gonna be like, "Fucking no, I'm not gonna pay $60 for Photoshop. Are you kidding me?" But also at that time, when you're a kid, when you're paying for something that isn't physical, it just doesn't make sense. Because for a very long time, I didn't understand why you had to pay for software. I didn't get it. And that kind of feeds in like NFTs and shit now. I don't know nothing about it, so don't ask me. Ask Matt from Avenged Sevenfold. He knows all about it. Sorry, that's just funny that I pulled that because in like every interview he's talking about NFTs, and I've started to get into Avenged Sevenfold recently. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I just didn't understand why you had to pay for software because you're not paying for anything physical. So why do I have to pay for it? Why isn't it free? But then also at the same time, I understood why you. No, I didn't understand why you had to pay for games, actually. Anyway, but yeah, I had a lot. I may or may not have had a lot of experience in trying to download softwares for free, or even games for free. There was one time, I may or may not have tried to download, I believe, Terraria on my grandparents' computer when we were up there visiting them. And I may or may not have caused there to be a bunch of pop-ups. I may or may not have done that. Same with our computer. That one back there with the Metallica magazine on top of it. It's just a big paperweight now. But yeah. Stupid kids do stupid things. Thing is, I never did anything actually dumb. It was just that, really. But yeah, this is kind of an accurate thing one of those videos would say. Go to mediafire.com/free Photoshop, boys, and click download. Open the folder you downloaded and click installer.exe. Then turn off the internet so the FBI agent on the other side of the screen doesn't catch you. That was a very interesting thing with a lot of those tutorials. They always had you turn off your internet. I don't know what that did, but like all of them said to turn off the internet. I uploaded fairly consistently for a week or two, but then fell off it because of school. Then summertime came around and I started uploading again and would start branching outside of just Roblox and started doing Minecraft and a little bit of IRL content. This type of stuff persisted throughout 2014, but in 2015 I was uploading just Minecraft videos, and halfway through the year I decided to branch out and start uploading videos of different Flash games and other weird random games I could find, similar to a Markiplier or Jacksepticeye. This style of content is what I would end up sticking with the longest. In the fall of 2016, I started uploading videos daily, So it wasn't a conscious effort. I just realized I had uploaded every day for a week or two and decided to continue this, and it lasted for about 9 months.
You get it? There's a baby crying in the background because that's how long it takes for a baby to be made. um, but yeah, one thing I want to say with that one is with uploading daily, I've recently, at this time, I didn't really have this perspective, but recently I've thought about it, like the last like year or so since I've kind of slowed down with YouTube and everything. Um, I've thought about this. A lot of those videos weren't good at all. Um, I uploaded, how many days are in 9 months? Hey Siri, how many days are in 9 months? Holy shit, 273 days? Holy shit. So I uploaded roughly, because I did miss a few days when the channel got deleted, and one time when I was sick. Um, but I uploaded roughly 270 videos. Maybe 10 were good. Maybe 10 of those were good. Most of those, I guarantee you, were clunkers. I don't have most of them since the channel got deleted. And then also, my dumbass, I had a lot of them like right after the channel got deleted, but then my laptop that I recorded all my videos on at the time was running out of space, and I was deleting stuff, but I didn't realize that you had to delete stuff out of the recycling bin to actually make space. It doesn't automatically remove. At least it didn't at the time or on Windows 8. Um, so I didn't realize that, and I thought that I was thinking about that, and I was like, oh wait, what if I just, because I'd already deleted a bunch of videos, but I didn't have any more space. Not that I was out of space. I still had like maybe 100 gigabytes or something like that. But it was like the blue bar that it shows was in the red. Um, and I was like, oh no. And I didn't have any like external hard drives or anything at the time. So I was like, oh no, I need to delete videos. And I went through and I kind of deleted some that I didn't really care for or care about keeping. So I went through and I deleted and I was like, oh wait a minute, what if I what if I deleted them from the recycling bin and then it permanently deleted a bunch of those videos? And in retrospect, I fucking hate that I did that because I guarantee you I had some of the videos that I uploaded in 2016, 2017, and some of them that I deleted were fucking good and ones that I would like to look back at, but I don't have them. Because there's one I filmed when we went on a ski trip for school. I borrowed a friend's GoPro to film it, and I wish I fucking had that. But yeah. Anyway, bygones are bygones. The thing is, I'm not upset about the channel getting deleted anymore. The only reason I get heated about that is at myself. It's like, why the fuck didn't I think to go through and be like, oh, what if I take these out and then try and delete it? Anyway, thing is though, at the end of the day, I even thought this at the time, as long as I have my first video, I'm good. And luckily, I downloaded it for whatever reason. Um, I downloaded my first video for some reason, and I randomly found it in some folder like a week after the channel got deleted. And I was like, thank God. Because I really didn't want to lose that one, because like that's what kind of started everything. And I was like, fuck. If I don't have that, I'm going to be really upset. And then I found out, I was like, oh, thank God. But yeah. Anyway, what I was saying about that, a lot of those videos that I uploaded when I was uploading daily weren't good at all. Excuse me. I ate right before the stream, so my throat's being goofy. Um, but yeah, uploading every day, I don't regret doing it.
Not at all. Because it got me the skills to kind of not only have a fast turnaround when it comes to stuff, um, but also learn the skills um, that I kind of had to learn or have learned since, um, or learn the skills that I use all the time today, like keyframing and um, actually making good videos. You may be asking yourself, what is the Dark Wolf Show Volume 2? Well, on April 12th,
This channel.
2017, my original channel got deleted by YouTube without my doing. Keep in mind, I never had any strikes on my channel, it just randomly got deleted. This channel had around 220 subscribers and over 500 videos from the previous 3 years of content creation. I made a whole video about this back in 2018, so if you want to learn more about this, feel free to go back and watch that video if you're interested. To answer your
No, it's not
question,
up
Volume
anymore.
2 is essentially what this channel you're currently watching became. My current channel used to be called Dark Wolf Vlogs, and I would upload one-take vlogs where I would talk about whatever was on my mind. But when the channel got deleted, I got lucky to have this channel so I could start posting videos again and ensure that at least some people would see them if they were subscribed to my vlog channel, even though it was a fraction of my previous subscriber count at 30 subscribers. When the channel got deleted, I took... When I made this video, I was... Because for whatever reason, I thought this channel only had 20 subscribers when I restarted. But then I was like, I should look and I should make sure. Because you can look at your all-time analytics on YouTube and you can look at how many subscribers you had at certain points. And when the channel got deleted, it said that the channel had 31. I thought it had like 22 for whatever reason. I don't know why, but it was certainly a lot less. But the funny thing is, when the channel got deleted, um, I started uploading videos on this channel, and keep in mind the original channel had 220 subscribers. This channel had 200 less subscribers, and um, it was getting the exact same amount of views. and and keep in mind, they weren't a lot of views. It was like 3 views. It was like 3 views were like average, and I'm pretty sure I would be like 2 of those views. Once when I first uploaded the video to make sure that it was fine, um, before it was scheduled and everything. Um, a second time, once it actually went public to make sure that everything was fine still, and then someone else, likely, usually. Um, and then if it was a good day, it'd be like 5 or 10. 10 was like, holy shit. 10 is like a video getting to 100 now. But yeah, um, that was just something interesting that I found out. I was like, But to be fair, the channel had been pretty stagnant for like a year. Like, because I started in April of 2014. By like September-ish of 2015, I hit 100 subscribers. And then in like January or February, I hit 200. And then it had plateaued until the channel got deleted. And then once I started on this channel was pretty plateaued for a while too. But yeah, the thing is with the channel getting deleted, I've talked about this at length before. But that stuck with me for a really long time. Like any time I would think about it, I'd be like, "Oh, that's fucking bullshit. Why this and that and blah blah blah. Why my channel? What did I do? I didn't do anything bad. This and that." Um, but as of the last like 4 or 5 years, yeah, 4 or 5 years, it doesn't bother me at all. Like I've been doing videos on this channel way longer now than I did on the old channel. Over double the amount of time now. Um and when I came to this conclusion, it was like probably the 7 year anniversary, something like that. I was like, I've been making videos on this channel way longer than I did on the other channel, and the videos on this channel are way better. So it's like I can't be upset that those videos are gone. And I was thinking about this morning. I'm partially glad, not that those videos were gone, but in that time I was very like, oh, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be a YouTuber. I want to make money from videos. I want to be this and that. Um, and I was thinking about that, and I was like, for one, this is another realization I've come to in the last year. Um, the videos weren't nearly good enough for me to fucking be to be for this to be a living. For one, um, but two, I was way too young for any of that. Like I started when I was fucking 11 years old. Like that if I had blown up, like if I was like if this was my job at like 13 or some shit, like that wouldn't have been good for me. I'm glad that I'd never blew up on YouTube because I would have been fucked. Like look at all like the child stars or like all the fucking people who become super successful super young. They all end up fucked up. It's like I'm glad that didn't happen. And in retrospect, as of the last couple of years, I've thought about a lot of this shit in the last couple of years, kind of since I've taken a step back a little bit and have been able to kind of realign what I think about YouTube and everything. And um, my views on it now is I'm purely just doing it for fun and posting when I want to. I don't need to adhere to any sort of a quota. I'm a nobody. And I think I kind of said this in the last stream I did on YouTube at the end of last year. Um, but it's like, it doesn't matter. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. It doesn't matter if I grow. I do the videos because I enjoy doing them. Um, but basically, what I was what I was getting at before I mentioned that, um, when or I thought about this the last couple of years. In retrospect, part of me wishes that I had waited till high school, like I said in this video. Um, Part of me kind of wishes I had waited until I was a little older because I feel like I would have been able to kind of get off on the right foot a little bit more instead of kind of meandering for so many years. Um, but at the same time, if I hadn't started so young, I don't know that I would have ever started making videos. Um, and not that if I had waited, I would have ever became anything or whatever. But if these are all hypothetical what ifs, and who knows what any of it would actually be like if this were the reality. No one ever knows. That's why they're called what ifs. Um, but if I could go back and start in like 2018, 2019, when I was like 16ish, is like the ideal place where I would have is the ideal age where I wish I had started YouTube a little bit. Um, I would go back and I would start making commentary videos then when like the commentary stuff was starting to kind of um become a thing on YouTube. I'd done a couple commentary videos at that point. But it's something I wish I'd leaned into back then. Um, but also if I could go back now at my age to 2014, if I were 10 years older and could go back 10 years, um, legitimately, I feel that it could have ended up being something, but because I was 11 10 years ago is why it didn't. Like how many YouTubers do you know that blew up at 11 years old? Exactly. um but yeah, it's just an interesting thing. It's not that I don't want to put off that I regret starting so young. I love that I did. Um And if I did regret it, I wouldn't be celebrating it. I wouldn't be celebrating that I started 10 years ago. I just simply wouldn't be, because it's like at the end of the day, I wouldn't be making what I'm making now without those first 5-6 years of making shitty gaming videos. So it's like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just kind of talking in circles. So took about a week off before jumping back into daily uploads, though most of the videos were re-uploads from the old channel. Eventually I would stop daily uploading in July. This is because the last 2.5 months I wasn't in a good state. I live in North Dakota, for Christ's sake, what do you expect? In all seriousness, I was depressed, but I don't want to talk about that right now because I'm the happiest I've ever been right now. After a while of uploading once or twice a week, I started uploading every other day, but this only lasted about 6 months because I would start making my way back to North Dakota. Once I was able to recognize where I was at mentally, I decided to take a break for about a month in May of 2018 to evaluate what I could do to have. That B-roll that I had wasn't even the right video. That wasn't even the video where I was like, I'm gonna take I'm gonna take a break. Which, at the end of the day, like, not too terribly long ago, I went through all my tweets and I deleted a bunch of shit. Of just like me being like, oh, no video today, this and that, and blah blah blah. And it was the reason I did that. I've talked about it before, so I'm not gonna rehash it here. But it was sort of that fake it till you make it mentality. It's like I knew no one was seeing those tweets, but I was like, but if I pretend like people are. And I think that kind of led to a lot of delusion that lasted for a long time, where I was like, oh, I need to operate as if I am a Markiplier or a Jacksepticeye or whatever. I need to operate like them and this and that. But it's like at the end of the day, no. You're just a kid from a town of 2,000 people in North Dakota making videos in your parents' basement. It's like, it's not. No one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck. Do it for yourself, and that's the mindset I'm at right now. So it's like all those thoughts that I had for so long of thinking like, oh, I need to upload every day and I need to do this and that and blah 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 blah. It's so silly looking back at it. It's like, why did I think that? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. What's happened has happened, and it's made me who I am now. So there's nothing I can do to change it, and nothing I would want to change even. So have fun making videos again. I made a video called Creatively Unfulfilled that perfectly exhibits how I was feeling at the time. This video makes even me uncomfortable watching it because it brings back those emotions I was feeling. And I was in an awful state because I still wasn't over the channel getting deleted and was still demotivated because of the deletion. When I came back from break, I started enjoying making videos again, and I was still able to come up with ideas I enjoyed making and lots of fun doing. Towards the end of that year, I decided to only upload once a week in 2019 and essentially have a break year where I didn't put too much pressure on myself, which helped me immensely for 2020. Something I want to say about this period. This is the restart. This is the pre-start. I was gonna say the restart before the restart, but then pre-start came to my mind. Chicken was still up at this point? That's this video. Chicken was still up at this point? Why did I keep that one up? Thing is, I recently, like 6 months ago, went through and I got rid of all the non-commentary videos on the channel. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, 2019. 2019 was the restart right before I started doing commentary videos. And it kind of set the tone for like the first half of 2020. Because like I said in the video, I only uploaded like once a week ish. And I started to not get down on myself if I didn't upload for like if I didn't upload within a week or a couple weeks or whatever. I still kind of held myself to a standard, and I think I'm good at doing that and holding myself to something. Um, but but yeah, in 2019, in the beginning, in what I see as a turning point, especially in terms of how I edit, is this screw this video. It's I played a game called Gauntlet of Ire. And it was the first video where I really um wanted to improve the editing. Um and I took inspiration from people like Markiplier and Crank Gameplays um in terms of editing, cuz I would animate the face cam and stuff like that, and I would um record for like 30 minutes or whatever, and I would cut it down to whatever the funniest parts were, as opposed to what I did for many, many years leading up to that, being record for 15, 20 minutes and that be the video. Um, so instead, I recorded for a while and I just cut out all the parts where I wasn't entertained and stuff like that. So it took longer, but it was worth it because I started doing uh, more engaging edits and stuff, and was making editing more fun for myself. Because up until that point, I fucking hated editing. But now, and it could just be the nature of the videos I record, but editing is, for one, where the video really starts to come together. Um, but two, it's my favorite part of the process now. Um, but yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I looked at 2019. I was like, okay, I need to do something different because clearly, whatever I'm doing now is not working because the channel was dying. Um, um, thing is, it was already dead from the first fucking. It was. I'm trying to come up with some sort of an analogy. It was dead by the time the gun went off. In like a race. I don't know. I'm not good at analogies. But or idioms? Is that an idiom? It's probably an idiom. I don't know. I'm an idiot. um, but but yeah, videos clearly were not doing well. Um and I was like, I kind of need to change something. And I was like, what makes, like, I would go back and I would watch Crank Gameplays videos, and I would I would be like, what makes these videos good and whatever. And I would notice that he would do like, he would animate the face cam and he would have cuts in his videos, and it wasn't just pretty much one take and this and that. And I was like, maybe I should try editing like this and whatever. And I started doing that and I was like, oh shit. And that was around the time stuff was still very slow for a very long time. And it wasn't until I started making commentary videos um, that the channel started to kind of take off. Um, there would be regular views, and it wouldn't be like that 3 views that I was talking about earlier. So um, it was a lot more fun because I could record the video, but then the video was really made in the edit, and I was starting to really enjoy that, and that's all of what my videos are now. So it was a real turning point. 2019 was like, yeah, as much as I say even in this video it was a break year and I was really just streaming, I was only uploading once a week, but now I upload once every 10 months. So yeah, anyway, um this screw this video is a real turning point, I would say. And gave me a lot of motivation to put my nose to the grindstone without burning myself out. The Dark Wolf Show Volume 3 started in April of 2020. I don't know why, but all 3 volumes started in April. This is when I started doing commentary videos regularly and were my main form of content. After the break year that was 2019, I was ready to change my style of content because I had done the same thing for 6 years. I'm very much a person who likes to change things up every once in a while, so to be able to find something I enjoy that was much different from what I was making and make me feel fulfilled and combine my favorite aspects of YouTube boosted my confidence greatly. I started making the commentary videos but realized I couldn't do them as often as I liked and still wanted to upload once a week, so I decided to upload a commentary video. It's a very weird out of context clip, but I think that's why I included it. Every other week, with Reddit reactions in between or something of the like. After a while, I started to get confident with my commentary stuff that I decided to do my first video essay about SpongeBob that June, which gave me confidence to do more. Then a while after that, I did the farming simulator video, and that put me over the moon, and that is no exaggeration. After I put that video out, people would talk to me about it and would say it's the best video I'd ever made. As someone who had been making videos for 6 years at that point and hadn't yet had my magnum opus, my heart would swell every time I got complimented on it. It wasn't. But yeah, with that video, it was the first time I had taken like 3 weeks to work on one singular video because, like I said, at the time, I think I was still trying to upload once a week. And I had come up with that idea after doing the SpongeBob video. And I may have been working on it simultaneously. Because I knew it was going to take a little while. Actually, what was I uploading at the time? Give me a second. Okay, so I had done the SpongeBob video, and then I uploaded a Reddit video, and then I uploaded the I Tried Peanut Butter Oreos, and then I did the Hangover 2 video. I was working on those two simultaneously? Hold on, the Peanut Butter Oreos video came out a month before the Farming Simulator video did. Because I remember when I was working on the Hangover 2 video, it would have been around the time this video came out. Because I had moved my desk briefly, and then I moved it back to here. But then by the time I made this video, I had moved it. But I know I was also working on the Hangover 2 video around the time of the I Watch People Fucking Die. As well as the SpongeBob video. Because that was in the same, my desk was in the same spot. So it would have been around this period, like end of June, beginning of July. I was working on the Hangover, but also Farming Simulator. Maybe I was working on, I think what it was I was working on the Farming Simulator video, and I was like, this one may take a little too long to get right and everything, because I knew it was going to be different than other videos I had made because it was going to be very script heavy. And then I was like, well, why don't I make a video about work on some other commentary thing to put out in the meantime. And I'd recently watched the Hangover movies. And I was like, Hangover 2 doesn't really make any sense. I could make a video about that. So that's really what it was. Whoa. Too close, mister. But yeah, so basically what it was I had put out the Hangover 2 video, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to take my time with this video, and I'm not going to distract myself with other videos. So I think I ended up working on that video for like 2 or 3 weeks, probably. It was July 20th. So it was July 20th, Hangover 2 came out. 1, 2. Yeah, it was 3 weeks. I was uploading on Mondays at that point. It's Wednesdays now. Except for this video. This video is going out on a Thursday. But yeah. So anyway, what I was saying was Farming Simulator was the first video where I was like, I'm just gonna take my time and I'm gonna work on just this video. I'm gonna get the script right and I'm gonna record it, and then I'm gonna take my time editing it. And that video is a very well edited video, especially for that time. That was, like I said in this video, I would, my friends would watch and they'd be like, that video is really fucking good. You should be really proud of that. And I was like, thank you. That means the fucking world. And then like, I think like Gingy and Mason and Bobby had seen it. But I was talking to Jacob and I was like, have you seen this video? Have you seen my Farming Simulator video yet? And he was like, no, I don't think I have. I was like, well, you should watch it. I think it's pretty good and this and that. And it was like the first time I'd ever done that. And he watched it and he was like, you weren't lying. That video was really good. And yeah, it was like the first time I had talked about my videos with friends and have been like, I was like, have you watched it yet? I kind of did the same thing with the MySpace video that came out a couple weeks later or whatever, or like 3 or 4 weeks later. But yeah, and then once I started doing that, I started to kind of not. That's when I started to kind of put out a video whenever I had a good one to put out, and I didn't want to put out any like filler stuff. I didn't want to do what I was doing up until that point where it was a commentary video, but then the next video was like a Reddit video. So I wanted to, so I fully leaned into the commentary stuff, like, and I would go like a week or a month, I go a couple weeks or a month without uploading, kind of like a Nikki Jakey or Eddie Burback or Drew Gooden or any of like the main commentary guys now. I would do that, and it's just kind of allowed me to build a catalog of videos that I'm really proud of, and I would rather do that than upload a shit ton of videos that I'm only proud of a handful in every 10, just in an attempt to become popular, like I was doing for a very long time. So the way I'm doing it now, I'm very happy doing, and I don't plan on changing at any point in the future. Until I put out the Farming Simulator video, I became confident in talking about my videos with friends and actually felt good enough about something to recommend it to my friends. He's going to talk about it. So, we're finally at the point in the video where he answers the title. Well, what is it, huh? I just like making videos. To be honest, I could care less about blowing up and making millions of dollars off my videos. I could stay the size I am right now, make the videos I'm making, and I'd still be happy. YouTube for me isn't all about the numbers and doing what would get me the most views. It's all about me making videos I want to make and chasing the dream I've had since I was 11 years old. Even though I don't mind where I'm at, do I still try and grow? Yes. I would love to have this be my full-time gig, but if my journey stops here, I won't be mad because I'm already having fun doing what I'm doing. So if there's anyone watching this video wanting to start making content, go for it. There's nothing stopping you as long as you're having fun doing what you're doing and persist through the down times like I did. I've been through periods of getting,
and trust me, there were a lot. Anyway,
no views, not knowing what I should make, questioning whether I should continue, and even losing 500 videos to my channel getting deleted. So if you do want to make videos,
that was the worst one.
Go for it. And look to me for inspiration for continuing, because numbers aren't everything. It's about how making the videos make you feel.
Aw, how cute and cheesy. Blink-182! One more time. Talk about cheesy. No, I'm kidding. I like the new album. It's good. But yeah. That was pretty much the history of me. You know what? I haven't watched the Farming Simulator video in a while. And talking about it, and
mentally going back to that time and thinking about it really makes me want to go back and watch it. So we're gonna watch it, and I'm gonna skedaddle because I got pee. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna pee now. Um, so I'll be right back, and then we'll watch this video, and then I'm gonna skedaddle. I'm back. Sorry, I punched the microphone. You know what's funny? Me and Mason, we were on Discord the other night, and we were watch. Discord now has a thing where you can watch videos right in Discord. You don't need to go to like Watch Together or whatever. Which is basically a thing where you can a website where you can watch YouTube videos with other people online. But now you can do it right in Discord. So we were doing that, and Mason, me and Mason, we were talking for a while, and then and we weren't playing any games. We were just sitting there talking, and he was like, and he just opens. He's like, "Oh yeah, we can watch videos in Discord now," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that." And we he played um the Scriblio video on the main channel, and then he played the Scriblio video on the second channel, and that one there's a bit where I go, "That's awesome," and I start hitting the mic, and I was like, God, I had a terrible habit of just hitting the fuck out of the microphone. But yeah. You know, it's funny. I would do that even off stream and everything. Like we would just be in Discord and something or someone, likely Jacob, would say something and I'd be like, "Shut up." And I just smack the microphone. And that microphone at the time wasn't super great. Um I went through not too long ago and I watched bits of the 24-hour stream we did. Me, Gingy, and Bobby. And there were multiple points where I would like pull the microphone or I would bump it or whatever, and the cord would just fall out of the microphone. That was my old microphone before I got this one. Um, it's actually the microphone Bobby has because every time I've gotten a new mic, I've given it to Bobby because the reason when I got that mic, it was like some Audio Technica something or another. Um, I give it to Bobby because around the time I got that microphone, Bobby was talking about wanting to start streaming. Um, but then he never did. But I gave him that microphone. What's funny about that was after I gave it to him and he had it for like a while, I gave him an ultimatum. I was like, if you don't stream within the next year, I'm fucking taking that microphone back. And believe it or not, he didn't stream within that year, but I never took that microphone back. And also, we were talking about it not too long ago. Um, I don't remember how we got to that topic, but we were talking about this not too long ago. But he lost, because my first mic I ever had was a Blue Snowball. Um, pretty much everyone's first microphone, either that or a Blue Yeti. Um, I always wanted a Blue Yeti, but they were way too expensive for little old me. Um, the Blue Snowball is only like $50, so it was way more viable because I didn't have to save up nearly as much money. Um, Whereas the blue snowball was like $120. Um, but yeah, so I gave him the blue snowball, and that was when he wanted to start streaming. And then like 4 years ago, I got this mic, or maybe it was like 3 years ago, something like that. It had to have been because that was my birthday stream, that one where I was hitting the microphone, and it was that old mic. Um, but yeah, so I gave him that other one because we talked about. I think he came over because on my old bass, one of the tuning knobs broke. So he came over to fix it, and I just had the other mic sitting on my desk, not using it. And Bobby was like, "Oh, you got a new microphone," and I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Do you want that one? Do you want that other one?" And he was like, "Sure." I just kind of offhand. I didn't even like premeditate it or whatever. Um, but yeah. Actually, I think Bobby bought that other mic. I think I gave it to him for like $30 or something like that. I think I think so. I don't remember. But yeah, then that other one I just gave it to him. But yeah, I think I did it more just because it was funny. He was like, "Do you want it?" And he was like, "Sure." And he came to my house for one thing, and then he left with my old mic, and it's the microphone he still uses. And we were talking about it, and I was like, I've been thinking about getting a new microphone. Um, but and he was like, "Yes." I was like, "That doesn't mean you're gonna get my microphone. That doesn't mean you're gonna get the mic I currently have." And he's like, "Why? People say my microphone's always quiet." And I was like, "You realize that could be due to the fact that due to the proximity it's at in relation to your mouth. You realize that, right?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, it probably doesn't help that I have it under my desk on a drawer or something like that." And I was like, "Is it really?" And he's like, "No." And I was like, "Oh," because I was at his apartment, I was at his apartment a few weeks ago, or the fuck am I saying? A few months ago, and I and we were in his room, and I didn't remember seeing a microphone on his desk. I was like, he might be telling the truth, and if he is, he's stupid. Um, but yeah. So anyway, we're gonna watch the Farming Simulator video, and I'm gonna get out of here because I got a video I need to work on.
What's the only thing better than being outside sweating like a hog growing some corn?
Sweating
Being
like a
inside
hog.
playing a game where it simulates being outside sweating like a hog growing some corn.
Sweating
Yes,
like
it's
a
true I'm
hog.
making a video about Farming Simulator, but don't click off yet. This video will have a good message. I know it's hard to believe from a portal shooting.
You know what's funny about that? A lot of people clicked off after that. Oh, it doesn't show the retention thing when I hover over the thingy. But yeah, a lot of after I said don't click off the video yet, it's got a good message. A lot of people clicked off, so I never said that again in a video.
Minecrafting guy like myself actually likes Farming Simulator, or FS as the boys call it, but I really enjoy the game. It's not for the enjoyment of farming necessarily, but it's the camaraderie. I would never, ever play Farming Simulator by myself because
I actually drug my heels for a while because Jacob wanted me to get it, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna get fucking Farming Simulator. I say it in this video, but it was on my birthday actually. Um, Either Jacob or Bobby called the Discord, and it was me, those two, and Mason in the call. Mason was in the call for a little bit, and then he ended up leaving. Um, but one of them shared their screen. I think it was Bobby. Um, but I just was sitting there for 2 hours watching him play, and I happened to go on Steam, and it was on sale for like $15, and I just so happened to have 15 bucks on my Steam account at the time, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna buy that game," because I just saw it as a way just to hang out, and I was like, I don't need to farm. I think we kind of talked about it too. I was like, I don't need to farm in this game, do I? And they're like, no, not really. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna get it then. And then Bobby was like, or no, I think what it was I was like, I'm gonna buy it. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it. It's just another game to play while we hang out. And Bobby was like, join my farm, because you're probably not gonna farm anyway. And I was like, yeah, you're kind of right. And he just, and I joined his farm, and then he just so happened to have a pink pickup that I just drove around in, and that's why that's the B-roll for most of this video. Um, and yeah, and then that just became my thing in Farming Simulator, and I started calling it the Pink Beauty. I think I have to say it in this video, but yeah. And then once we got FS22, right? Yeah, 22. Um, I got a I got a pink I got a pink pickup. I called it a Pink Beauty Part 2. I also had a work truck, which was purple, so that I could just teleport whenever someone wanted a car wash. Also, something related to Power Wash Simulator. When that game first came out, I was skeptical of it, but Mason was playing it a lot, and I was like, "Is that really that fun?" And I was sort of getting interested in it, and I was like, and I had asked, I texted Mason, I was like, "Is Power Wash a fun game? Should I get it?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's only like $20 and this and that, and it's a decent game to play on stream, blah blah blah." And I started playing it and I was very addicted. Um, but then I was thinking about this when I started playing again back in like November, December. I was like, I'm surprised I had any apprehension because all I did in Farming Simulator was drive around and clean vehicles with a power washer. So I was like, wait a minute, why did I have any apprehension? It's kind of weird. um, but then I remember when we got FS22, um, it was after I played a bunch of Power Wash. I would I reopened You Bring I Clean, um, and I was like, this power washer is way worse than the one in Power Wash Simulator. um, but yeah. Anyway,
I find the game really boring, but it doesn't stop me from playing with my best friends. The first farming simulator game came out in 2008
say
with
shit.
the only crop being wheat and the only manufacturer being Fent. Ew, yucky, get it out of here. The games have clearly
I watched this video with Jacob, or Jacob watched this for the first time, and he asked me about that, and he was like, "Do you not like Fent? What do you have against Fent?" And I was like, "Nothing. It was just funny to shit on it." Because it was the only one, and then there was more later. That was the only thought that went behind that joke. I have nothing against Fent. Fent, if you want to sponsor me, go ahead. I don't know what the fuck you do, but you can go for it.
evolved over the last 12 years to where it is today. At the time of recording this, I have 132 hours in the game, being my most played.
I have like 205 now. Something like that. Let me look. I don't have nearly as many in FS22. We all bought that game, and we played it for probably like 2 weeks, and then we stopped. Yeah, I have 205 hours in FS. 206. Then in Power Wash number 2 is 63. And then where's FS22? 17. Hey, Slipknot's in Smite. 17 hours? Bullshit. I don't even remember ever playing that game. No way. I have 7. No fucking way. I don't think I have that many hours. I don't think that's right. I had 10 hours in Five Nights at Freddy's, and most of that was all in one stream. 9 hours in Gmod. Really? 6 hours in Fracture? Really? Oh, I was like, wait, when did I get FNAF 2? That's right, that was for Halloween. 2 hours in Desert Bus. I'd be curious to know what Gingy has in that. Fuck her in the gulag. Anyway, back to the video.
Game on Steam. But to properly explain why I enjoy Farming Simulator so much, I need to tell you my experience.
Felsbrunn is the best map in Farming Simulator, and they should have had it in 22 because all the other maps suck.
With the game. So to
Hold on, I need to re-listen to that. I think there's shit in the left ear that I'm missing.
experience with the game.
Yup, definitely. Okay, I heard
So
it.
to
I was
start
like,
with,
I heard it, and I only have the right one in. I only had the right earbud in. And I was like, that did not sound right at all. There was definitely way more guitars happening.
why I started playing in the first place, it's because
Also, I remember with this intro, I was like, fuck, I like using this music, but I don't know how to get it right. Because for me, with everything with this video, because I took 3 weeks to work on it, everything had to be right. And I was like, and I landed on this. I was like, fine, this is fine, whatever.
So to start with why I started playing in the first place, it's because in October of last year, my friend Jacob got the game, and a friend of his had a server, and those two and my other friend Bobby played on that server, and later on I ended up getting the game. Before this, I wasn't interested in the game whatsoever, before those guys said I should get it, but we ended up getting in a Discord call, and they played while I watched them screen share their games, and I was bored out of my mind for 3 hours, and I didn't have enough money to get the game. But I ended up looking, and the game was on sale that night, and I was like, oh, okay, and then I bought it. We ended up playing for another few hours. I joined the server and joined Bobby's farm because we each had our own individual farms, and he said I should join his, which was smart because I wouldn't ever farm, actually. On Bobby's farm, he had a 78 pink lizard, and he said that I could drive it, and I ended up doing this for 95% of the time I played. And playing this game would end up being an almost daily thing for us. As the days and weeks went by, I still didn't do any farming. I'd just drive around in the Pink Beauty, as I like to call it, and we just chat and farm and have a grand old time. Then eventually I ended up doing grunt work for Bobby. I misused that phrase at the time because all I did was move stuff and I cleaned his vehicles, and the boys gave me some shit on that one. This then led me to create my own farm and start Ubring Enterprises. I still didn't have any farm equipment or land.
You know what I did that I forgot about? I started a Discord channel that was essentially a Yelp review. I apparently ended up deleting it. But I completely forgot about that till just now, and that's how this logo became a thing, and it wasn't just for this video, I don't think.
And aside from a little sliver to put a couple sheds and too many pressure washers on.
Okay, context behind this one. I don't know if I've ever given that before. But I put this in the wrong spot. I put my initial pressure washer in the wrong spot. So I tried grabbing it and moving it, but I just kept buying pressure washers. And I was like, oh well.
What Ubring Enterprises was the parent company to my two businesses. Not to brag, but I was a little bit of an entrepreneur. I had one that was a car wash business called Ubring I Clean, and then a couple months later I started a storage company called Ubring I Store. We initially didn't know how to transfer money between farms, so the way the other two would pay for car washes would be through favors. Blowjobs, it was blowjobs. Later on they told me they figured out.
Bobby commented on this video. In the game, not real life. Thanks, Bobby. Like that wasn't clear.
how to transfer money, and this ended what would be in real life probably prostitution. But to be fair, it was Bobby's idea.
It
These are
was.
probably some of the most fun times I've had with those guys.
The thing is, I was doing them for free. I was a cheap slut. But then he was like, "Oh, I gotta pay," and he crouches down and he goes, "Oh, oh." And I was like, "Hey, that's all right." And then Jacob would never do it for some reason. He'd always drive away, and I'd be like, "Hey, I'm the law in this town," which I was.
Is gaming wise. Though I've never truly played the game, I still had a fun time and it was amazing. When I think of Farming Simulator, I think of a few friends getting together in a Discord call, talking about random BS, and we just so happen to be playing Farming Simulator. With that said, games like this where you can play with friends and you can play the game and just don't have to pay attention at all, and you can easily just shoot the shit or mess around and be idiots, are some of my favorite games to play with friends. Games like these include Minecraft, Uno, Poolians, all these being games I've played with the boys in the past. Well, you may be asking yourself, why do you play Farming Simulator if you don't do what the game is designed to do? Well, I answered that earlier in this video. The reason I enjoy playing Farming Simulator so much is because of the camaraderie that goes along with it. I very much enjoy going off the beaten path in games and finding my own fun. Like being a car washer, being the law enforcement, and wanting to do a demolition derby that still hasn't happened, and just other dumb stuff my brain comes up with out of boredom. Another reason I enjoy this game is because it's very much tied to the time when we started playing. This was a time I decided to slow down with everything content-wise for a bit, and I was able to actually spend multiple hours every day to play a game with the boys. Because I didn't have to worry about a video for the next day being done, because I would only upload once a week and still didn't necessarily care if I missed a week and streamed very little in the first place. The experiences I have with Farming Simulator is something I very much cherish and always will. I've noticed the older I get, the clingier I get to my friends. I don't know if this is because I realize that in a year we're all going to go our separate ways because we're about to be seniors in high school. But I do know when that time comes, we can fall back on Farming Simulator and catch up and tell each other about all the goofy things that happened at college and work. So it's not the farming or the simulating that makes Farming Simulator great. It's the fact that I can get in a Discord call with my best friends in the world, shoot the shit for a few hours, and drive around in the Pink Beauty and sometimes do some goofy shit in game. And that is why I love Farming Simulator.
Wow. I remember I was listening to Joe Rogan while I was filming that B-roll of me just driving around. I was listening to Joe Rogan. I think I was listening to the one where he was shitting on people who play video games. Because I wanted to hear it in context. But I don't think I ever got to that part. But yeah. Anyway, that's it. I never know how to end streams. But yeah, I'm going to end this bad boy here. So, basically, to say it again, to reiterate, I'm going to be streaming again tomorrow. I'm probably going to be playing Roblox. Because that's how I got my start. And I don't want to play Roblox alone like a loser. So, I'm going to play Roblox with my best friend like a loser. So, yeah. And then on Thursday before the video goes out, I'm going to stream as a little bit of a pre-show for about a half hour before it goes out. So, yeah, that's it. Okay. Bye.